Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to tell you about a very cool project we're going to do over the next 2 weeks. I did this project last year with my students and it was a ton of fun. So now this year we're going to do it with 3 classes and we're going to have 3 times as much fun. You're going to do almost all of the work for this project at home and you'll have 2 weeks to do it, which is plenty of time if you start right away. Don't wait until the last day to start working on this project because you won't have enough time and you won't do a very good job on it. Alright, here's how the project works. First, you're going to pick a famous person that you're going to learn about. Second, you will read about that famous person so you know all about their life and why they are famous. Third, you're going to write a speech where you pretend to be that famous person telling all about their life. Then, you will memorize that speech so you don't have to look at it to read it anymore. You will know it in your mind. After that, you're going to find clothing or makeup or both that will help you look like that famous person. You're going to dress up as that famous person. And finally, you're going to come to school dressed as the famous person, or you're going to come to school with your costume ready to go so when you get to school you can change into your costume. And you're going to give your speech at school, and the other teachers and students from other classes will come to your classroom and they will watch you give the speech, and it will be really cool and exciting. Now, one thing you don't need to worry about, you're not giving this speech in front of a whole class. What's going to happen is all the kids who are ready with their speeches and dressed up as their famous people, you'll be standing around your classroom and a few people will come up to you each time and you'll give your speech just to them. So you're not giving your speech to a big crowd of people. You're just giving your speech to a few people who are standing close to you. But you're going to be giving it a lot of times. You might give your speech 10 or 15 times before the day is over. This is awesome. The first part of this project is choosing which famous person you want to be. And there's 2 ways to do that. First, you could go to my.aps.edu and log into your account with your username and password and go to where it says APS Libraries. And when you click on APS Libraries, then you can click on PebbleGo. Once you're in PebbleGo, you will click here on the picture of Albert Einstein, which is the biographies section. Biographies are the stories of people's lives. So you'll click on the biography section, and after you click here, you can choose one of the categories like artists and writers, or athletes, or explorers. I'm going to click here on composers, musicians, and singers. And then, now that I'm in composers, musicians, and singers, I'm going to click here on Aretha Franklin, because I really like Aretha Franklin. You don't have to pick a famous man just because you're a boy, or a famous woman just because you're a girl. You can pick any famous person who you think is interesting and who you would like to try to be for your speech. Once you're in the story, you can use these blue tabs on the top to change the pages and listen to the whole story. So the story is not just one page. You click on these blue tabs up here and that'll get you to the next pages. Now, after you read about a person, it's okay to change your mind if you want. Like I could read about Aretha Franklin and go, I think I want to read about some other people too. And you can go back to the page that showed all the different composers and singers, or you could go all the way back to the page that showed the different categories of famous people. And you can pick a lot of different famous people and listen to their stories until you find one you want. Once you know the person you want to be, you are ready for the next step, which is in the next video. There's a link to that video in the description down below this video. Now, if you have trouble using PebbleGo, or if you don't find the person you want there, you can also look through our books. Miss Judge found a whole bunch of biographies in our library, and she borrowed them from libraries in other schools that are all about a whole bunch of different famous people. So, if you want to use one of these books instead of using PebbleGo, just talk to your teacher and they'll give you a chance to look through these books and pick someone that you would like to do. You'll get to take that book home and use it to work on your speech at home. And then you just have to remember to bring the book back so we can either return it to Miss Judge or so we can return it to the libraries at other schools. Don't lose the book. All right, so once you know your famous person, either you've picked them out on PebbleGo or you've picked them out from one of these books, you're ready for video number 2. So, see you at video number 2.